Nice to meet you. Donnie Brass, I'm the VP of Product at Guardz. Guardz is a cybersecurity platform built for MSPs to secure small and medium-sized businesses. The goal of Guardz from the beginning is to have a unified platform that brings together all the different security controls that small businesses need, and to create a platform around those security capabilities that is targeted for the MSP, both from the perspective of offering a security platform, having operational efficiency when executing on that security, and understanding the business needs of those small MSPs themselves, who have a need for growing their business, retaining customers, and communicating the value that they're bringing. At its core, Guardz is a unified cybersecurity platform. It's a collection of different security controls working together to keep the employees and their business secure. We have a couple packages within Guardz. We have our Pro package, which allows the MSP to manage all the different detections and respond to those detections according to what they see fit. The platform is designed to be set and forget and simplified in order for them to really reach operational efficiency and execute in a very effective way. Our latest release is called the Guardz Ultimate Plan. And the Ultimate Plan brings in addition to that unified platform, it brings in SentinelOne's EDR capabilities for endpoint protection, and layers the Guardz MDR on top of that. So MDR for managed detection and response. So the Guardz MDR team is able to bring a lot more 24/7 coverage than the MSP would be able to offer on their own. The generative AI we use is based on top tier LLMs. Administrators using Guardz can generate phishing simulations using our LLM model, spin them up on the fly, targeting them towards specific industries, styles, and companies. And that can help train the employees of that companies by trying to trick them into clicking on a phishing simulation, and then, of course, rating them and reporting and educating them along the way. So that's one of the ways we use generative AI. We also use generative AI for what we call AI insights. So anywhere that we have large collections of detection data, you can always click that AI insights button and it will summarize it for you. So that's across the security controls or even within specific data sets of detections. And it gives you those summaries and helps you focus on the areas that are most important. For example, it will tell you which users are bringing the most risk, which devices are potentially at have the most risk, or any kind of common threads it's seeing throughout the detection list. And we also use it to better explain security detections themselves. So a user gets a phishing email, a real one, and it needs a bit of a further explanation about why it was flagged as a phishing email or an impersonation. We use generative AI to explain those things in a way that's user friendly. We also are using AI in our detection engines. Okay, so of course, this is one of the ways that security tools are improving and becoming more effective over time. So in this case, it's AI workflows, not quite agentic AI. We're using AI workflows. And we're doing that because it's much more predictable, right? And it's more targeted towards what we're looking to achieve, rather than being sort of some black box where we don't exactly know what's going to come out of it. So for example, in email detections, in our anti-spam and our anti-phishing email detection engines, we do scan and use AI in different ways to try to look for threats within those emails. So that's just one quick example of how we use AI workflows as part of the detection engine. And the third thing I think worth mentioning is the more advanced way we're using it, which is what we call reasoning agents. So in this case, it is agentic workflows that's going to gather together all the different needed information and determine, based on some confidence scoring, it determines what needs to be correlated with other findings, and from there, what needs to actually reach a human analyst. Okay, so that's a really, really key element of the decision making that this agentic workflow is doing. It's based on lots of information it's gathering, what has to go to the human. And it's important to have that human in the loop. In this case, there's two things to understand. It's not a hard-coded logic or a playbook, but it's real AI reasoning that adapts based on dynamic information. And it's important that we keep a human in the loop because the AI on its own is not foolproof. And the human analyst helps us train the model and improve the accuracy and reduce false positives. And actually, in that chain of events, often the human analyst is going to do some outreach to the customers when it's part of the MDR workflows. So you want to have them involved as early as possible. We're looking for two different things. We're looking for ways to connect the dots because we have a very large data set across lots of different security controls. So that's on a normalized, there's a normalized level of data today, but we need to process a lot of information to find patterns. So that's one thing that the AI is helping us with. And the other is we're looking for all the different modern ways to reduce the effort and increase the scalability of our MDR analysts. Right, so MDRs today are very, in general, in the industry, are very heavily dependent on human analysts. We're building our MDR in a time of, the AI revolution. So we have this ability to build it as AI first, right? So even though we're keeping the humans in the loop, they'll always be there. The scalability part of that is really what the technology allows for, and because it's a feedback loop, right? So the more our MDR team is able to use these AI tools to stop attacks, the more the system learns and improves. I guess there's two ways I'd like to tackle that. So the first is to really see what's happening on the adversarial side, right? So I think Guardz came into existence because of the significant shift we've seen with AI and the change that's led to the targeting of small and medium-sized businesses, right? So go a few years back, small businesses could just kind of have security through obscurity, right? So this concept is nobody knows who I am, nobody's going after me. And it's true, the real hackers were going after big enterprises and government organizations because that's where the money was and is and the significant amount of data. But and they just weren't targeting small businesses unless there was some kind of supply chain opportunity to get into the big guys. But what's changed is you can go on the dark web today and for anywhere from $50 to $150 a month, subscribe to an attack as a service kit that uses AI to spin up basically any website that looks like any bank or any social site that you might want to try to target. You purchase a email list and you spray and pray with this email list, and hopefully you get some small business or someone who's related to a small business to click on something, and now you have your foot in the door. And if I'm spending such little money on the attack side, all of a sudden I can be an amateur hacker and then go after small businesses, and I could get a $10,000 hit here and a $20,000 hit there, and I'm making a lot of money, and it's worth it. So that AI use of AI to generate the phishing emails, to generate the websites, that has been the big game changer from the attack perspective. So those attacks are reaching those small businesses. On the flip side, defensively, there's all kinds of ways that we're using AI to better train and educate our users, to identify attacks at the earliest possible moment, to be able to automate responses to those attacks. A lot of the way AI is being used today is automations. But there's also this concept of learning with AI that and making kind of adaptive and AI, which is becoming really, really prevalent as well. So for example, we have our phishing simulations, which you can schedule and send out these phishing simulations to the users to train them, but they're becoming even more dynamic by the use of observing what kinds of emails are those users getting. So you can see what phishing emails are those users getting and which users are clicking on real phishing emails. And then you can adapt those phishing simulations to suit that. Now, without having AI scanning and automating those types of tasks, it's just too much data for humans to be on top of. I think it's just fundamental to who we are at Guardz and our mentality as we built this company. It's that we take this MSP-First mentality. I come from historically working at some enterprise security companies, and everything's built for the enterprise, and you throw a bone to the MSP teams if they're loud enough. But to take the mentality of who are our MSPs and what are their business needs, not just what do they need for security and how do we make them operationally efficient, but also these are small businesses in many cases themselves, and they need to grow, and they need tools like prospecting reports, and they need marketing materials and other things, and that's all built into our growth hub within the platform. And once they land a customer, security, great security is silent, but if a customer, a small business themselves is not hearing anything, they believe that, why do I need to be paying for this? So being able to show the value to their customers is really important as well. So we empower them with security business review, so monthly or quarterly reports to show what the system has been doing for them, as well as co-managed environments. Many times, some small businesses have their own tech leads and who might want to get involved and be part of the security story and administer it even. So we give these co-managed access to get the small businesses involved as well.